This is Steve for the Patriot Command Center, right here in the bunker, right on the front lines for you and for America. Hey, I wanted to give you a quick update. We already have almost 11,000 pages of the demands make Donald Trump Speaker of the House already out and going to Washington. Okay, you guys are doing a good job, but we need to double that. So I want to repeat myself. A lot of people have stepped up and they've sent their to 535, actually 536 demands to Washington. That's 435 to the House of Representatives, 100 senators, and to the White House. You add that up times the amount of people who have been sending this. A lot of you have been sending it anonymously, and that's wonderful. You can do that. But they're on their way, so it's almost 11,000 we're sending. So tell your friends, neighbors, relatives, spread it throughout the command center. Let's get more people sending these demand slips, demanding Donald J. Trump become Speaker of the House. Pro tem, full time, we'll work out the details later. Okay? If you watch the other video on it that I posted, you realize I touched on the fact that if he becomes Speaker of the House, he's just a couple steps away from becoming president. So the way the Democrats are going now, they got a lot of problems. Now, a next thing I want to talk to you about. I posted an article, and a lot of you did follow-ups, and Melanie, I think you posted a video regarding how Hillary said that all the megas, patriots, and so forth, should be entered into re-education camps. Well, a lot of you folks have heard that from me before, and I said, this is real. That's exactly what they want to do. They, meaning the liberal, progressive, most enlightened people, want to put conservatives, especially megas, in concentration camps, re-education camps. You're saying, Steve, where's your tinfoil hat? Uh, I left it on the UFO, sorry. Now you say, Steve, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did the U.S. government do to the American Indians? Did they put them in camps? They sure did. Did they march them to death called the Trail of Tears? They sure did. Did they put them on reservations to die? They sure did. The most worthless, God-forsaken land. That's what they did to American Indians. What about the Filipinos? They slaughtered them. Our federal government, I wouldn't, you wouldn't, but it happened. We can't forget slavery. Terrible thing. We solved that problem, but at the cost of so many lives. You say, okay, that's ancient history. Really? That's what you're saying? What about the internment camps we built right a few miles from where I live on the West Coast? Oh, there's no internment camps there. Steve, where's your tinfoil hat? Yeah, they're called Japanese internment camps. During World War II, President Roosevelt declared that Japanese people should be put in internment camps, surrounded by barbed wire, armed guards. Why? We're at war with Japan. It only makes sense, the liberals say. Really? Well, we were at war with Germany too. Where are the German internment camps? Now, where we intern the Germans. They don't, you know, have their own camps. No, where are the German internment camps? We're at war with Italy. Where are the Italian internment camps? Oh, I see. I see. Did you know that almost half of the Japanese folks they were U.S. citizens, some are second and third generations. A lot of those Japanese folks were taken and put in these camps 4 and 5 years, and over half of them were women and children, and most of the young people were under voting age. So now you're going to come and tell me somehow there's not going to be any re-education camps for conservatives, right? When the government has a history of doing that. Well, those are isolated cases, Steve. No, they're not. They are not. People are being held without bond. People are being held and not charged for years. Steve, is that true? Remember the January 6 people? Put in the most horrible conditions. Some of them were carried out of the jail in stretchers. For what? walking through the Capitol building during visiting hours. So don't tell me it's not going to happen to conservatives. It's real. And it starts with, hey, why don't we go ahead and get these megas in internment camps? Oh, excuse me, re-education camps. That's how it starts. Now, you may think I'm an alarmist. I'm just looking at history. In the practice of law, it's called stare decisis. That means a previous decision. Well, previous decisions were made January 6th, that they depended on previous decisions. The decisions that were made during the Civil War, the Philippines, and all the rest. By the way, I want to ask you a question. Who's in Guantanamo Bay right now? I don't know. Why are they there? I don't know. Were they ever charged? I don't know. What type of torture are they going through? Remember all the photos that bubbled to the surface? How they were going through all this mind-bending inquisition? What happened to that? What happened to Guantanamo? You know, Guantanamo is on the island of Cuba. We have a lease on a good portion of that island. Oh, nobody wants to talk about that. Um, so do you think for 1 second that if the government had the ability to round up conservatives who were causing trouble, you know, like speaking out at Board of Education meetings, people who were members of uh, the Republican Party, do you think for 1 second, under the direction of the Democrat Party, that the government would say, no, we better leave these fine folks alone? Look what they're doing to Donald Trump. So yeah, am I an alarmist? No, I'm just looking at stare decisis. We have to have a strong representation in Washington. And by doing so, we can have a comfort zone, a, somewhat of a guarantee that liberty and justice for all abides in Washington. That's why I'm asking you to go ahead and sign up again to send this demand to Congress to put Trump in as Speaker of the House. You can do it 2 times. If you've done it once, do it again. Get your friends to do this, and we will ship them out to Washington. All right. Did I scare you? I didn't scare you. The facts did. This is Steve, the Patriot Command Center, in the bunker. You wonder why I'm in a bunker. On the front lines, just for you, just for America. God bless you, and may God bless America.